I was popping, everybody. So as you saw from that previous video down there in the parking garage, I live above Whole Foods, so it's super clutch. So I'm gonna go over everything I eat, why I eat it, the benefits of it. So basically, once I learned that your gut is practically a separate brain, that there's so many like nerve receptors in your gut, it's communicating with your body at all times. Like if you notice, like Thanksgiving is a perfect example. After Thanksgiving dinner, you're sitting there, you're like, bruh, because you just ate a bunch of low vibrational, high density food like turkey, mashed potatoes, fucking stuffing, whatever. You know what you eat on Thanksgiving. I don't know what you eat on Thanksgiving. Yeah, I just became super mindful of how each food made me feel, so I stopped eating chicken. For the most part, I still eat chicken every now and then to get protein when I need it. I'm not gonna like, if I'm starving and someone's like offering me chicken, I'm not gonna be like, no bro, fuck that. But I would rather starve than eat fast food. So starting this right off the gate, if you're eating fast food, what the fuck are you doing? Like, I would rather, and the thing is that you don't need to eat all the time. No one tells us this, but our gut was not made to be full at all hours of the day. Like, people go days and weeks without eating intentionally. They survive on water. So next time you're feeling hungry, notice the impulse and understand that that impulse is usually just boredom. Because a lot of times I'll be sitting on the couch and I'm just bored. And I'll be like, oh, I should eat. I like convince myself I'm hungry because I'm bored. So notice that impulse and understand that it's usually just boredom eating, which is why a lot of people get overweight, because they just get bored and they eat their boredom away, I guess. But yeah. So stop eating fast food and stop drinking pop. If you look at the ingredients in pop, then and you still want to drink it, then all right, I can't really change you. But like the first ingredient on soda is high fructose corn syrup, bro. Look up what that does to you. It's so inflammatory, raises your cholesterol, increases your rate of heart attack and obesity by like 100 times. So I haven't drank pop in like months. And don't drink out of plastic water bottles. Get a fucking metal one. I have a metal one and a water filter. That's not, I don't drink fridge water because it doesn't filter out the chlorine, chloride, fluoride, all the shit that's damaging your pineal gland. If you don't know what your pineal gland is, look it up on YouTube. It's very important to know. Okay, but yeah, and don't drink Dasani or Aquafina because those are owned by Pepsi and Coke. And the last thing that those companies have in mind is your health. So don't drink those. All right, so obviously, we'll get into it. That wasn't the spiel. Fruit, obvious reasons. They're natural, super good for your gut health. Guacamole tastes fucking insanely good. Good for your gut health, good for your immune system. And then I have this bread for my avocado toast. There's avocados in there. I forgot to take them out. And then there's this bread for my peanut butter and jelly. And then I have these plant-based protein drinks. I like to stay away from dairy entirely. Once you really learn about what dairy is doing to you and the process that they have to go through to, this is the only dairy I will ever consume. It's like a little bit of shredded cheese in my eggs every now and then. Like this is vegetarian cheese too. This will probably last me like 2-3 weeks, maybe 4. It'll probably go bad before I finish it because I really don't eat cheese that often. And then I have this dairy-free ice cream. Guys, this is the greatest ice cream on the fucking planet. It's dairy-free. It's made with cashew milk. It's salted caramel cluster. Like, bro, this is the only sugar I really consume other than natural sugar for my fruits and vegetables. I'm a big sushi guy. So I'm pescatarian for the most part. Sushi. I'm a huge fucking sushi guy. For obvious reasons. Shit's fucking delicious. And then I'm a big smoked salmon guy. There's probably a bunch of fucking microplastics in here and added antibiotics into the fish because they're farm raised. Sadly, I wish they weren't farm raised, but they just taste so much better than the wild salmon, which makes you think a lot. Like, why is that the case, right? So yeah, that's probably the worst thing I eat is farm raised salmon. And then we have peanut butter clusters. I put these on top of my oatmeal. Fucking delicious, my God. And then I have white quinoa. It's basically a rice. It's just a carb. You need carbs. The big misconception is carbs do not cause fat at all. Carbs don't cause fat. Fats is what cause fat. Like your unsaturated and saturated fat. But you need healthy fats, so that's why I eat the salmon. But unhealthy fats like in your steak, your burger, and in chicken too. Like, what's the other food? Just watch What the Health on Netflix. A lot of people say that information is skewed and very like propaganda-like, but I think it all makes perfect fucking sense. Like, there's literally doctors and scientists on there talking about it, so that will explain things a lot better than I can. So watch that movie and put your phone away while you watch it. Eggs. These are really bad for your cholesterol in an abundance, but they're such a good source of protein. So and also like understand that all protein starts from plants. Like, there's a huge misconception that you have to get your protein from meats. And obviously I like to eat salmon because it's a high source of protein and I'm trying to bulk the fuck up. But if you're not trying to bulk the fuck up, you don't need an abundance of protein. You literally need like 50 grams of protein a day, and you can get that from plants. And I'm not saying go vegan, go pescatarian. I'm just saying what I eat, and it makes me feel so much better. Like, I feel so much better mentally and physically. Spinach. I eat spinach like it's chips, bro. That shit is fucking delicious. But yeah, that's basically what I eat. So what I'm about to eat right now is I'm about to make some avocado toast with some eggs and probably have some of the sushi as well. And then for lunch, I'll just have like a snack. I'll probably have a peanut butter and jelly with one of these smoked salmon things. And then I'll probably have another snack in between lunch and dinner. It's going to be oatmeal with these things on it. And then for dinner, I'll probably have I have salmon from Costco that I'm going to eat in here as well. So that'll be today's meal. But if you guys have any questions, comment them, and I'll be happy to answer them to the best of my knowledge. I'm not like a fucking nutritionist, so take everything I say with a grain of salt. This is all just stuff I've accumulated over the past couple months when I've started to dig into what I'm putting in my body. You should always be mindful of what you're putting into your body because you only have one body. Don't just throw shit into your body and not thinking twice about it. Like, be intentional about what you put into your body because everything has energy. So when these animals are getting fucking mutilated, they're in a constant state of fear their whole fucking life, and that fear gets stored in their meat. And then when you eat their life, like their fucking, you eat this dead animal, you're eating that fear. So then that energy, you may not feel it, but the energy is no bueno. So yeah, that about does it. I try to stay away from excessive carbs though, just because I like my abs, but carbs don't cause fat, like I said. Sugar gets rid of your abs as well, so I don't eat sugar, other than like at the end of the day I'll have a little bit of cashew milk ice cream, but that's really about all my sugar. So hopefully you learned something. I know there's so much more knowledge in my brain about food that I'm just not saying right now because it's hard. There's so much. It's hard to just, all right, if you're gonna learn one thing from this, it's stop drinking pop and stop eating fucking fast food, and especially Subway, McDonald's, Arby's, Wendy's, fucking Burger King. Just the last thing you should ever want to do is eat from those places. Literally, just I would rather eat fucking plain rice than go to any of those places. Like, it's just fucking disgusting. Like, think about how many Subway chains there are and how do they get their meat? Like, where, how? Like, how are there that many animals to supply how much meat Subway chain alone has? Let alone Taco Bell, McDonald's. Like, how are there so many fucking animals? I don't get it. And I also don't consume alcohol. If I do, it's in very little moderation now. I used to all the time, obviously. I was a kid once and I had fun. But I've just realized what it does to you. So watch this YouTube video called The Anatomy of Alcohol. It literally destroys everything in its path. From your fucking mouth, your throat, your fucking intestines, your gut, your liver. It just fucks up everything. So, and your fucking consciousness. Can't forget that. The most important thing you have that makes you an individual, your consciousness. Oh, and this. I have this sea moss every single day, and I haven't gotten sick in months. Get this on Amazon. This is not a paid advertisement. Sea moss gummies, or you can just get straight sea moss and put it in a drink. This shit's fucking so good for you. But yeah, I'm getting really hungry looking at all this food, so I'm gonna post this right after I eat. Hopefully you learned something. Comment any questions you have. Follow me on Instagram. Follow me on TikTok if you don't already. I'm sure you probably do, but I love you guys. Thank you for your constant support, and yeah, take care of yourselves.